I love my little sister but I can't save her. I give up. My sister, 20F, and I, 23F, grew up poor. To make a long story short, we experienced every type of abuse possible in our home. It was mainly perpetrated by our father and uncle. I always felt the need to protect her. I took the rap for her on so many things growing up. The older we got, the more I started to struggle with my mental health. She was the only one who was kind to me. When we were teenagers she became my best friend. I promised her that if I ever made it out alive, I would come back for her. I did. I graduated high school and then college. I got married. I got an apartment 3 hours away from our father. When she turned 18 I let her come live here. But I told her from the beginning she'd have to get a job, go to therapy to begin healing from the years of abuse, and she'd have to graduate high school at the very least because she was already a senior. I had offered to help her set all these things up. 2 weeks after being here she told me she didn't want to start a new school and that she wanted to go to school online and she'd pay for it after she got a job. It took her a really long time to even get a job. She always said she'd do it tomorrow or when I had a day off so I can help her look. I'd have days off and she was either too tired from staying up all night playing video games or she conveniently didn't feel good. All the while she was picking fights with me over simple things like me asking her to help clean up or to not be so loud when I have work in the morning. She would immediately get defensive and start comparing me to our father. My husband and I ended up supporting her for a year and a half before our neighbor was kind enough to offer her a job. She was doing really well at this job and I thought things had taken a turn for the better. They hadn't. Due to the nature of the job and where she works at, she has unlimited access to alcohol. Alcoholism runs in our family. It started out as just a cup or two of wine brought home every once in a while. No big deal. But soon it was every night. Then before I knew it, it was 2 bottles a night. She would stay up all night and drink, and then be so hungover by morning she'd have to call out of work. Her behavior became more erratic. When she was drunk, she would lose things or misplace them, then she'd blame me or my husband for them. She'd say the most awful things to us because we wouldn't confess to something we didn't do. She'd always find the thing she was looking for exactly where she put it the next day and not remember what she said the night before. Her behavior became so triggering for me that I had to go back to therapy. She drove a wedge so far between my husband and I that we had to start attending couples therapy. My therapist told me to give her an ultimatum: either she seeks help or she has to leave. She did go and get a medical diagnosis but refused rehab or overnight hospital stay. She promised she'd go to therapy and set up a psychiatrist appointment. She never did. One night after being called a piece of shit like our father and being told that no one loves me, I had enough. I typed up and served her an eviction notice. I gave her 30 days to find her own place. She didn't take me seriously. She continued to blow all her money and not look for places. When she finally realized I was serious, she called my parents. She'll be moving back in with our father next Saturday. My heart breaks for her. I felt like it was my job to protect her. She's my baby sister. My whole life I just wanted to save her. I wanted to give her a chance to have a better life than the one we were given. But I couldn't save her from herself. I hope one day she gets better. It hurts so much that this is the path she chose.